it's Linda Lizakowski, and our question for today is for consultants. How do small consulting firms compete with the larger firms, especially in this frustrating time that we're all going through where people are out of work and maybe non-essential workers are not working at all, and many of our clients are struggling financially? Well, I've been a small consultant for, not a small consultant, but a consultant in a small firm, I guess, for a lot of years. And I have found a couple things that have helped me compete with larger consulting firms. First of all, is that I'm able to provide a more personal touch for people. They know that when they're dealing with me, they're going to be dealing with me. If I have an associate that I'm going to refer them to, they get to meet that associate and they make the decision as to whether they want to work with that person or not. So I think a lot of times in larger firms, sometimes they have salespeople who go out and sell their firm to a nonprofit organization, but it turns out that when it comes time for the consulting work, it maybe gets turned over to a junior person at that firm. And so they may not be dealing with who they thought they were going to be dealing with. And I think that's a big issue for small consultants, that we have the ability to kind of say what you see is what you get. You're going to be working with me directly. Financially, it's a struggle to compete with some of the bigger firms sometimes because they do have a lot more resources and they can do things like offering free consulting maybe during this time of coronavirus when people are not able to really engage a consultant. But one of the things that I've been able to do is I approached several of my clients and said, do you want to put things on hold? Some of them were based on admission fees, so they had to close their doors and couldn't really pay all of their consulting fees. So I agreed to do some work with them as much as possible online and let them catch up with payment when we get into a better situation. So even though you're small and you're relying on maybe those few clients to keep your income coming in, you can make some arrangements sometimes and people will appreciate it now and they'll remember you when you come back. You can also maybe look for some creative ways to offer some services virtually. I know I am involved in doing development audits, and I offer a virtual development audit where I don't have to come in and meet with a client. And a lot of smaller clients now are finding this time that they do have time to work on things like strategic planning and board development and things that maybe don't require a lot of upfront impersonal meeting face-to-face with donors. So look at the things that you might be offered that might be a little bit different during this time and see what you can do virtually. It's amazing how much you can do virtually through Zoom. So that's my advice to all you small consultants, and I wish all of you much luck in this time of crisis that we're all going through. But we will come out of this and we'll come out ahead. Thanks.